Hey guys, and welcome to our family devotions for today. I'm Mrs. Johnson, and I'm so thankful that you came and joined me today as we learn a little bit more about God's family. Now, I have to tell you, something has been on my mind these last few days, and that has been how Mr. Brackage and the whole Brackage family, they just got their first call to be pastor in a new place. Can you believe it? I know that my family is definitely going to miss the Brackages, but I'm even more excited for them because they get to serve God in a whole new place. That's so awesome. Now, I was trying to think of a picture to help show what it's like, what Mr. Brackage is doing and his whole family as they go to be a pastor. And I thought about my toolbox, which you can see right here. Now, in my toolbox, there are lots of different tools. You can see I have something small like these pliers. I have some screws and some nails. We have a tape measure to help measure things. I have a screwdriver to help me make sure everything gets in place. I have a hammer like this one. I have so many different tools in my toolbox. And I know that anytime I'm going to build something, I need all of these tools to help me. You see, if I was going to build a house, or even something smaller than a house, maybe even if I was even going to build a birdhouse, but I only have screws, that wouldn't get me very far at all, would it? No, I need all of these different tools and all of their different purposes to help me build that house. And I was thinking about that because that's kind of how God makes us helpers in His church. You see, some people in His church have special jobs like pastor and like Mr. Brackage. They go and they serve as pastors in the church. But we need a lot more jobs in the church. We can't just have pastors. We need so many more helpers. We need teachers, and we need DCEs, and we need musicians like Mr. Michael. We need people like your moms and dads, because if it was just all one job, we'd never get the job done. We need all of these jobs together to help make the church strong. That's one thing I think is so special, that even while we're apart, we all have a chance to use our special gift that God has given us. So as you go through this week, think about what special jobs you can have in the church. You might think, well, maybe I'm just a kid, or maybe I'm just a mom or a dad, but you have a special job to do, just like Mr. Brackage has a job he's called to do. Maybe your job is to pray for somebody in need. Maybe your job is to help your neighbors across the street who can't get groceries for themselves. Maybe your special job is to give someone encouragement who's feeling very lonely and afraid during this time. God has placed you exactly where He wants you to be. There's a verse in Ephesians that talks about this. It says, "We are God's workmanship, created in advance for good works that God has prepared for us to do." God put you here in this time and place that you could be a helper, that you could share good news with someone, not just good news that's temporary, but good news that's eternal. Let's say a prayer and give thanks to God for all the different gifts, all the different tools He has given His church. Dear Jesus, we know that You have blessed each of us with different gifts in Your church. We ask that You would help us to recognize those gifts. Help us to know that no matter how old we are or what we do, You need us to help serve in Your kingdom. Help us to feel encouraged by one another as we serve together to spread the good news of Your Son, Jesus Christ. All this we pray for in Your name. Amen. Bye, guys, and we'll see you soon.